The news hires a bunch of ditzy whores who lie to you about what's going on so the Jewish bankers can make a profit. Let me show you the timeline. This is from historyplace.com, yet another site that even the Woods would agree with. This started in 1918. Obviously, World War I ends, okay? In 1919, League of Nations, Treaty of Versailles. 1921, Adolf Hitler becomes founder of National Socialist Party. So, where does it start? It starts before 1921. So, any blind fuck can see that the Nazis mobilized for over 20 fucking years before they started fucking fighting with people. Why? Because they were putting a plan in place. Okay, 1923, Hitler's beer ball putts. Yeah, go get drunk, you fascist pig. 1925, Mein Kampf is published. So they're getting into the minds of the people before the Nazis start dipping. Hitler is dipping. You're simping. You should put the clip in. What do you fucking think I'm talking about? I see the signs, just like Churchill. I mean, think about it. I don't know why I'm telling you this fucking more. You're all fucking blind except for a few motherfuckers who watch my video faithfully and know that I'm fucking real. And it's getting to me right now, man. There's tons of scum watching my videos, and there's only a few good fucking people. Now, you guys gotta get this shit together. Now, we go to fucking 1926, Germany admitted to League of Nations. And then what? 1929, the stock market crashes. So what did the fucking Nazis cause in mere 8 years of of Hitler being the head of the National Socialist Party? The stock market crash. The Jews, the Germans collaborating. The Jews, Germania, Rome collaborating. 1 in 10 Roman citizens were Jews. And how many of them were German, Yiddish, Ashkenazi, Khazarian Jews? Look it up. Now, we go on, especially as the empire went on all the way up to Charlemagne, when the Khazars are converting in the remnants of the Roman Empire. Okay, and when it becomes the Holy Roman Empire, the remnants of old Rome, Eastern and Western, it becomes the Holy Roman Empire, Charlemagne, all these later woods. Think about it. We go on. Down to fucking 1930. What happens in 1930? What happens in 1930? Oh, what happens in 1930? I'll tell you what the fuck happens in 1930, you wise ass motherfuckers. Germans elect Nazis, making them the second largest political party in Germany. That's what the fuck happens. 1932, Roosevelt becomes the president. 1930, flying fucking 3. What the fuck happens in 33? What happens in 33? What happens in 33? Read it and fucking weep. Hitler becomes the chancellor of fucking Germany. The what? The chancellor. I'm the chancellor because I am the anti-Joseph, because Joseph was black, I'm white, he was African, I'm German. We continue. The Ottoman Reichstag burns. The first concentration camp at Oranienburg outside Berlin. The Enabling Act. What was the Enabling Act? The Enabling Act was the political documentation that allowed the process of power to go from a bunch of elite woods to one fanatical dictator. Either way, you're fucked. But we're going to pretend like that's a bad thing so that fucking elitist, corporatist bankers will have you turn to them in times of trouble. Oh, we need the bankers to spend money. We need the elite to help us out because we're a bunch of bootlickers who don't know how to take their fucking shit and put their head on the fucking guillotine. Now, we go to April 1st. What happened? The Nazi boycott of Jewish-owned shops. And what happens then? May 10th. 9 flying fucking days after May Day, you have the book burnings in Germany. Why do the Peckerwoods always burn the black people's books? Why, when a Peckerwood Eurocentric leader comes into office, he always burns the Jewish and black books? Because he doesn't want his children to know where the knowledge really comes from. Same thing in Greece. Same thing in fucking England. Same thing in Rome. Bunch of woods burning fucking books. Read it and weep. We go to 1934. Hitler violates the Treaty of Versailles. And if the black people are burning stuff, it's because the white man has extorted his land, so he has to use the scripture as the starting wood for his fire. Has to use the scripture to help start a fire without knowing what he's doing, because the white man has disenfranchised him. Now we go on. That's much different than doing it on purpose because you're a wood covering up the truth. Am I wrong? Now, 1934, the Night of the Long Knives. What did a bunch of woods with a bunch of long knives do? Huh, I wonder. Nazi murders Austrian Chancellor Dollfuss, okay? Oh, Dollface, you know what I'm saying? We go on to German President Hindenburg, right? That wood dies in 34. We go on to Adolf Hitler becomes the flying fucking Führer in 1934 on August 19th. We go on to 1930 flying fucking 5. What the fuck happens at 30? What the fuck? I'll tell you what the fuck happens, cuz. Hitler violates the Treaty of Versailles by introducing military conscription. So how did he violate the Treaty of the Banker Jews, but using the military-industrial complex controlled by the Banker Jews and the Mafia, including the Russians and the Italians? And we go on. And the Armenians, and man, of course all these other motherfuckers too, but I'm not going to sit here all day and name all the different mafias who have a piece. That's a whole fucking series in its own. Now, when I'm talking about September 15th, the German Jews are stripped of rights by what? The Nuremberg race laws. So they used the color of law less than 100 years ago to strip the Jews of their rights. But racism ended in the Civil War, Mecca. But racism ended. But apartheid didn't exist, Mecca. But skinheads, Moskin, and Marshall doesn't exist, Mecca. But the evolution of racism isn't there, Mecca. You're a bunch of cocksuckers who are blind as fuck, who underestimate the power of scumbags, which I have never done. Now, we go on. Hitler violates the Treaty of Versailles by introducing military blah blah blah. They strip of the rights. 1936. The Gestapo. They're placed where? They're above the law like a bunch of rich fascist corporate fucking dictators in our country. Now, we go on. The German troops occupy the Rhineland. Mussolini's Italian forces take Ethiopia. Civil war erupts in Spain. Olympic Games in Berlin. And Franco declared head of Spanish state. Now remember, where does the Olympics come from? The Greco-Romans, right? Right? The first Olympic Games, 1776, before Socrates. Now think for a second. Who was in charge of the world during the Olympic fucking Games? The most fit athletes in the world, the black Nubians. While the Native Americans are over there, who is over here doing all the significant stuff? The black Nubians. You can keep your Easter egg heads. You can't compare that to the achievement of Nubians. And no, you Woods and you Chinamen and you other people cannot steal my ancestors' credit. You're our distant relative. I'm a direct descendant. Now, we go on to Soviet leader Joseph Stalin begins the purge in 1937. Then Hitler says it's time to fucking move. He reveals his war plans in the Haas-Back Conference. Say it with me. Haas-Back Conference. Where he says flat out, these Peckerwoods are fucking blind. We're gonna go get them. They don't even see it coming. I'm gonna announce it to the fucking world, and they're still not gonna see it coming to the 40s. 1938. Germany announces Anschluss with Austria, a union. 1938, August 12th, German military mobilizes. It wasn't until September 30th, 1938, that Minister Chamberlain appeases Hitler at Munich. He starts the bootlicking. What does the white power structure always do when the Nazi scum outsmart them? They start the bootlicking. They start the bootlicking. That's why the white scumbags are in charge. Because the bootlicking starts at the top and it goes all the way down. The bootlicking. Who was bootlicking? Chamberlain. When was he bootlicking? 1938, September 30th. Who was he bootlicking to? Hitler. Where was he bootlicking? In Munich. We go on. October 15th, 1938. German troops occupy the Sudetenland and the Czech government resigns. In November, the night of the broken glass. On to 1939. I'm running out of flying fucking time, so we're going to have to breeze through this. 1939. Hitler takes Czechoslovakia. Spanish Civil War ends. Nazis signed Pact of Steel with Italy. Soviets signed pact with the Nazis. Britain and Poland signed a mutual assistance treaty. British fleet mobilizes. Nazis invade Poland. So, what happened? 1939, September 1st, Nazis invade Poland. So what the flying fuck is going on? It took these cocksuckers until after the Nazis invaded Poland to say, wait a second, something is wrong. And it took the cocksuckers until Pearl Harbor. I'm going to get into that later. I'm going to get into the fact how our white elite is slower than even the European assholes to understand when the Nazis are making their move. Part of that is because most white Americans are German. But I'm going to get into that. I'm running out of time in this video. I'm going to spit through this motherfucker. Okay, they obviously, everyone declares war on Germany. Germany, France, Australia, New Zealand, British Royal Air Force, strikes in the German Navy. Plow, plow. Niggas getting hit. Soviets invade Poland. Niggas getting hit. You know what I'm saying? Warsaw surrenders to Nazis. A bunch of Jews getting put in their place, getting fucked up for no fucking reason because the crackers are fucking doing it. Assassination attempt on Hitler fails. Soviets attack Finland. Soviet Union attacks expels from the League of Nations. 1940. Rationing begins in Britain. Finland imposes a peace treaty with Soviets. Germany bombs Scapa Flow, blah blah blah. Nazis invade Denmark and Norway. All hell's breaking loose. Germans are bombing Paris. Norway surrenders to the Nazis. France signs armistice. Hell is breaking loose. Air battles, raids. Germany, 1940. All kinds of shit is happening. Italy invades Greece. Blah 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 blah. Where's the American action? Where's the American action? They're not doing a fucking thing. 1941. Oh, North Africa falls to the British and the Australians because the Woods don't know what they're doing. British forces advance into Italian Somaliland in East Africa. They start invading the colonies. They start trying to sack Hitler. They use the fascism as an excuse to sack Germany because Germany's getting brought down as part of foreign stuff, new order as well. Greece and fucking British forces right in Greece. A lot of hell break loose. Nazis invade Greece. Yugoslavia, Euro attacks Tobruk. Yugoslavia defends the Nazis. Greece defends the Nazis. On and on. Niggas get hit. Niggas get hit. Germany's catching Minsk. On and on. They getting hit. Nazis take Kiev. Niggas get hit on both sides. Germany takes Odessa, Kharkov, Sevastopol, Rostov. You know what I'm saying? Soviet troops, we take Rostov. Niggas get hit. Hit. Finally, 1941, the United States and Britain declare war on Japan. Why? Because in 1941, December 7th, Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor even though we knew it was coming. So all this is set up, pretense for war profiteering, going on in the world. 1942, the Declaration of the United States signed by 26 allied nations. Niggas is getting hit. Rommel. We're talking about leader Heydrich attacks Prague. We're talking about Stalin and Churchill meeting in Moscow 1944. We're talking about Operation Torch. We're talking about niggas getting torched. Niggas getting hit. North Africa invasion. Niggas getting hit. All the way in 1943. Germany begins a withdrawal from the Caucasus. They get the fuck out. The white ass fucking. Oh, you have to. Oh. You mean the Woods had to withdraw from the Woods where they originated from? We go back. Nazis west white rose resisting. We get Battle of Atlantic climax at the 27 merchant ship sunk. German U-boats hitting niggas hitting fucking U-boats. Allies bomb Rome. Rome getting his fucking shit tuckered because they're a bunch of bootlickers who have to suffer for what they did in the past. Americans capture Palermo, Sicily. Allied air raid Hamburg. Germany's evacuate Sicily. Kharkov, Taranto, Rome, Mussolini's Naples, Italy, Berlin, Ukraine in the front. So World War II is about the Jews tricking the white people who had profited off their suffering during the Roman Empire and the other subjugated parts of the Roman Empire to kill each other so they can make a huge profit and proceed to take over the world. So we go on Operation Cobra. U.S. troops break out of West St. Lo. You go on Allied invasion of southern France in 1944, Operation Dragoon. So it's Cobra and Dragoon. These are American operations. We go on. French troops drive through Beaufort Gap to reach the Rhine. Obviously, in 1945, Germans are starting to seriously feel the fucking pain about now. And we go on all the way to 1946 when Goring commits suicide because he's a pussy. Okay? Because the war ends in typically it ends in 1940 motherfucking 5. But you have this guy getting his, this timeline ends in 1946. So basically, the war ends in, war ends on D-Day type of shit. After that invasion, You know, you have the Japanese get bombed, Nagasaki, Hiroshima, the Fat Boy bombs, you know what I'm saying? And then, of course, you have, you know, eventually France was liberated, you know, during this war from the fucking German occupation. And in the end, everybody gets occupied. All the money goes to a bunch of rich Jewish fucking bankers. And Allies divide up Germany and Berlin to take over the government, you know, get the Berlin Wall. And the Berlin Wall goes up in 61 and all the way to 89. But it's important to note that, you know, their final attack on Berlin was in April. And Soviets reached Berlin a day after Hitler's birthday. Thank you.